Hello, my name is Justin Monteclaro, and I just wanted to do a quick lesson on evangelism because it's something I've been struggling with recently. I just recently started a Bible talk at my high school, and just trying to share my faith has been a real struggle. Just trying to reach out to people and evangelize is really hard for me. I've always been a shy person, and just trying to be out of myself for God has always been a tough thing. And also, just my self thoughts of like, oh, there's no reason this person would come out, or there's no way they would like it, or even there's no way they would convert from a different religion, you know, and just the struggles I've been going through. And I just wanted to do a quick lesson, and I'm just going to start out in Matthew 25, verse 34 to 40. And it says, "Then the king will say to those on his right, 'Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me.' Then the righteous will answer him, 'Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you?' Then the king will reply, 'Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me.'" And it's just so amazing how God calls us to help everyone. And in doing so, we are doing it for God. But more importantly, just how everyone matters to God. And this just makes me think of a story in Matthew 5 about a man named Legion. But before that, Jesus was in Galilee preaching to thousands of people who believed in him, and he decided to leave them to cross the Sea of Galilee, or the lake. And once he gets to the other side, he meets this demon possessed man named Legion. And this man, Legion, was very strong. No chains could hold him, and every day and night he would be found crying and screaming and cutting himself. And I just want to pick it up in Mark chapter 5, verse 6. And it says, when he saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and fell on his knees in front of him. He shouted at the top of his voice, 'What do you want from me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In God's name, don't torture me.' For Jesus had said to him, 'Come out of this man, you impure spirit.' Then Jesus asked him, 'What is your name?' 'My name is Legion,' he replied, 'for we are many.' And he begged Jesus again and again not to send them out of the area. As a large herd of pigs was feeding on the nearby hillside, the demons begged Jesus, 'Send us among the pigs, allow us to go into them.' He gave them permission, and the impure spirit came out and went into the pigs. The herd, about 2,000 in number, rushed down the steep bank into the lake and were drowned. Those tending the pigs ran off and reported this in the town and countryside, and the people went out to see what happened. When they came to see Jesus, they saw the man who had been possessed by the legion of demons, sitting there dressed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. And this is just so amazing, Jesus left thousands of followers to cross a lake, go through a storm, calm the storm, all just to save one man, all just to heal one lost. That's crazy how much one person matters. And then later on, the people from the town were so scared that they forced Jesus out of the village, and Jesus was fine with it. And in verse 18, it says he was getting in the boat, and the man who had been demon possessed begged to go with him. Jesus did not let him, but he said, "Go home to your own people and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he has mercy on you." So the man went away and began to tell in Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him, and all the people were amazed. And this is so amazing because this man has been healed, and he's following God's call. He's listening to God and doing God's will and planting seeds and amazing people. And this just makes me think, like, are we listening to God's call? Are we listening to his will? You know, in Matthew 28:19 through 20, he gives us the Great Commission. He says, he says, Jesus came to them and said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. God calls us to make disciples of all nations. Are you listening to the call? Um, in Mark 4, verse 21, it says, "Do you bring in a lamp to put it under a bowl or a bed? Instead, don't you put it on a stand? For whatever is hidden is meant to be disclosed, and whatever is concealed is meant to be brought out into the open. If anyone has ears to hear, let them hear it." And in Matthew 9, verse 37, it says, "Then he said to his disciples, 'The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few.'" And just, are you going to sit tight in your comfort zone, or will you shine your light for God? Thank you for letting me share.